Hey guys, it's editor Mattchoz here. I'm literally in my pajamas working on this video at 1 in the morning. Just a heads up, this video is mostly for people that are super new to auto pets and are just starting out. I added a few cards throughout the video to showcase what each animal does and like their effects and stuff as they upgrade. But I realized mid-edit that there was an update into the game and some of the cards might not be as accurate as to what's going on in the video. So just keep that in mind. I believe dog is up a higher tier. The monkey's buff is a little bit different. So things are not exactly what they say on the cards, but they should still help you and give you an idea of what they do throughout the video. Regardless, I hope you guys like the video. And if it helps, consider giving it a like, maybe subscribe to the channel. That'd be pretty cool. You know, comment if you want to see more or if you want to, you know, have a couple more questions about super pets. Other than that, I hope you enjoy the vid and have a cool day. See you. Boom. How's it going? We're playing Super Auto Pets. So let's give it a go. I noticed on YouTube, people were consistently giving me things about like, hey, I sort of like what you're doing with the recording, but I have no idea what's going on. So I guess we're just gonna try to explain things a little better. Basically, we're playing a battle game where we make a little army and we pitch them off against other players' little army. You have 10 gold at the top left, which is what you use to buy your animals. Each animal is 3 gold. And you can also give the animals food, which is usually also 3 gold. Each animal does something specific. So for example, the horse, you buy him for 3 gold. You put him in your little party. You can put him wherever you want. And whenever you summon something, or when you buy something and place him on the pedestal, it gets +1 attack. And it throws a burger at them. If you look below the animal, it's got little hearts, that's the health, and then a little fist, that's for fisting, but also that's for fighting. And your goal is to just kind of win. You just want to win. The goal's to just kind of win. You can also freeze animals with big ol' ice cube, and then you can press the reroll button, which costs 1 gold, to get more animals to potentially buy. In this case, our team kind of sucks, and we're just gonna buy I think I'm gonna try a mosquito, just because in the long run it does something a little bit better than the rest in the end game. The mosquito throws a rock at an enemy and does 1 damage. The cricket, when it dies, summons another cricket. We can get rid of you. You just hit the end turn button when you're out of money. You get to pick a name. We're gonna be the overpowered hikers with their thick calves. And then the game searches for an opponent, and then it sends you out to fight them. So we can see that this person chose a duck and an otter for some reason, and they're gonna get absolutely schooled because the duck and otter literally don't do anything. You can also buff characters by just buying them and then dragging them over. So in this case, the duck, you can buy it, and when you sell it, it makes all the animals down here stronger. So what we're trying to do is we're going to keep this horse because we want to buy the horse to upgrade this horse. We're going to re-roll for something good. We didn't get anything. Going to sell the duck. Like I said, the duck buffs everything here. We're going to buy this horse. This horse, like I said, every time something gets summoned, it buffs whatever that thing is summoned, so our horse is a little stronger. And we're going to buy probably an otter. We're going to buy another kind of want to buy both. Kind of like all of these. This is where it gets tricky. So if we buy a mosquito, we have 2 mosquitoes that throw 2 rocks. We buy the otter just makes one thing a little bit stronger. It's not really that good, but it is a 2/3, which is better statted. And if we buy a cricket, the cricket dies, and it summons another baby cricket. And since these things buff things when summoned, it'll get a baby cricket with 2 extra attack, which is also pretty good. But I think in the long term, we're going to go mosquito. Then we're going to move you here. It doesn't really matter what our ordering is. Yeah, it should be fine. As you play, you also unlock different tiers of animals that you can buy. So right now we're on the tier 1 animals, and they're all kind of stinky. Get owned. I think we're gonna win. Oh, we're not going to win anymore because of that. I think we would have tied, but because when the ant dies, it buffs another minion, and the way that worked was not on our side. So see right there, we've unlocked level 2 minions. You can tell which tier they are based on the dice at the top left of the animal down here. We've got a whole bunch of animals that kind of suck, but we can combine our animals to make room for more animals. I'm going to buy a swan, because it's beautiful and majestic. A swan gives you extra gold at the start of your turn. A turn is when you enter this buy phase. So once we battle, and then it goes back here, we'll have 11 gold at the start instead of 10. I don't really like the hedgehog or the flamingo. They're kind of edgy little boys, so we're going to buy another swan. And I'm thinking we're going to freeze you. There's no reason to really have you, but I'm going to reroll. That's fine. I'm going to sell you, and I'm going to buy a rat. Because everybody, I don't know, everybody loves rats. We might upgrade the rat. So we got a pretty okay team. I don't think we're going to keep the horse for much longer. I was hoping to get a upgrade for him. You need at least 2 of the same animal to upgrade it to the next level. Big oof, I agree. And when you do, you get a bonus animal of the next tier higher. And the animal you upgrade gets different stats and just overall becomes stronger. So what you really want to do is try to get an upgrade as early as possible. I'm pretty sure we're about to get rolled right here. Yeah, we're getting rolled right here. The horse is not exactly the best of minions. The dog, however, is quite good. The dog gets buffed every time you summon an animal, which is usually quite good. I'm trying to figure out if we want to really keep the rat. I don't really like the rat, but it does give us a high chance of... Okay, well, never mind. I was going to say it gives us a high chance of getting an upgrade. I think we're going to sell the mosquito at this point. And we're just going to try to buff the dog. The best way to buff the dog, in my opinion, is to just buy and sell a whole bunch of different things as rapidly as possible. So we bought the beaver. The beaver, when you sell it, gives 2 random friends +1 health, so it's a good way to buff the dog. You can buy it, sell it, get a bonus, buy another thing, and as you can see here, our dog went from 2-2 to a 4-4 or something like that. That being said, we're not looking too good. We're kind of behind on stats. How's it going, Dark Knight? How you doing? And this team is definitely going to roll us. Well, maybe not. It might be a tie. It's actually going to be a tie. That guy's trying to do a meme strategy where it's basically a kamikaze build. The hedgehog, when it dies, summons just a giant explosion that hurts everything. And then the badger behind it also explodes and hurts things in front and behind it. So he's kind of going crazy. So we're kind of getting screwed over right now because we have a lot of things that could potentially get to level 2, but we just haven't really rolled into any of them. And I'd like to keep the snail, but it's not really working. So yeah, we're kind of getting into the point where we're in a lot of trouble. Okay, I'm gonna sell the beaver. I'm gonna buy the duck. I'm gonna sell the duck. I really like the giraffe. The giraffe gives friends ahead +1 attack and health permanently, which I consider to be very good. I'm gonna reroll. Okay, that's a lot of giraffes. All right. So the giraffes are good. I'm giving up on the horse. But you don't really want a lot of them because they kind of just don't have the greatest attack. However, there's so many giraffes that we sort of have to keep them. I kind of want to sell and buy another giraffe just to free up some space. This is a really bad next turn, to be honest, to buy 3, 6, 9 gold in giraffes. But, I mean, it's pretty good if we can survive. So yeah, I'm going to focus on just buffing our dog as quickly as possible. The dog is pretty much the easiest animal to buff to 50 attack and 50 health. 50 attack and 50 health is the highest you can get in the game. And usually the quicker you get at least one animal to that stat, the more likely you're about to win. In this case, however, I think I am about to get destroyed because this guy managed to get a level 3 horse and a level 1 horse. So we're just gonna get owned. He had what is like basically a buff build. If you collect horses, they buff everything that gets summoned. If you summon a lot of things, it's just really good. We got a worm as our bonus animal, which sucks because it doesn't do anything. And we're kind of getting to the point where we're in a bit of trouble. So I'm gonna double buff. I'm gonna try to focus on buffing our dog as much as possible. And see, we're in a bit of trouble with the swan too, because now we're like, just don't really have very efficient gold spending skills, which is gonna kind of mess you up. The biggest thing is trying to spend as much gold as possible correctly. So you want to spend gold to upgrade minions, and you want to spend gold to give minions food without, like, wasting too much gold on rerolls or ending the turn without, like, spending any gold. That's usually really bad. In some cases, you can... there's a benefit to not spending gold, but currently we're kind of wasting a lot of gold, and we're getting in a bit of trouble because of it. However, we just won that game because our dog has a lot more stats now. We also gave him garlic, which reduces the amount of damage he takes by 2. In the mid to early game, that's really good. In the late game, it kind of falls off, but it's still pretty all right. All right, so we finally got another swan. So let's just upgrade to level 2. And like I said, when you upgrade a minion, you get a bonus animal of the higher tier. Right now, we are at tier 4, so if we do this, we get tier 5 is a scorpion. Scorpions are okay. We might want to keep it. It's early enough for a scorpion. Like, the big thing about scorpions is they basically kill everything, but their stats are so low that they die in one hit. But it's early enough that we could buff the scorpion and actually get some plays going. I want to roll one more time. Honestly, I think we're just selling the rat. We wasted a lot of gold trying to upgrade things that just didn't get upgraded. So we did that. Now we have enough money to buy both the giraffe and the scorpion. And in terms of priority, I would like to upgrade... I think I'd like to upgrade the scorpion and the dog. Because there's a high chance we're going to sell the kangaroo at some point. I'm thinking for a bit. Kangaroo's pretty good. If I can upgrade it, it gets even better. Basically, what I really want is to upgrade all 3 of these. And if we could get this to level 3, we can do that. I forgot to explain that. Now that the giraffe is level 2, its ability has changed from give 1 friend a head +1/+1 to give 2 friends. So now 2 friends, these 2 will get a buff instead of just the scorpion. Yeah, I think we're just gonna potentially throw this game in an attempt to buff our scorpion for the long run. I haven't really used a scorpion before, so I don't know how well this is gonna go, but this is actually perfect because, okay, that's a little scary. It's not perfect, actually. This is a nightmare to look at. I did not realize they had a level 2 turtle in the front. This is gonna be a loss. I don't see us getting 10 wins. And in fact, now I'm kind of just like, why would I ever buy the scorpion? What was I thinking? I was a fool. I want to keep the swan, but like, I think we have to sell the swan. Basically, we need to buff the dog as quickly as possible. We want to buy the snail because the snail's ability is when you lose, you get +2 and +1 to all your friends. We did indeed just lose. This is usually a huge buff in the early and mid game, but it never seems to work out for me because I'm unlucky. This would have been nice for my level 2 swan, but it's a little too late, so we'll just buy you. We'll combine you. And again, like, I have all this gold, but like nothing to really do with it. I think this is gonna be GG, to be frank. To be quite honest, I think we're about to lose, but we'll give it a shot. We basically need the dog to survive for as long as possible. You know what? I'm gonna do this. No, I'm not. I can't do it. I want the Scorpion in the front to kill, like, their highest statted minion. But it needs the buff in the long run. This is... yeah, this is not good. Well, it's alright. I think we do get the win here. Basically, we kept all of our kangaroos in the front. The kangaroos get a buff whenever the thing in front of them attacks. So I tried to line it up where the dog has the highest statted health, so it'll attack multiple times. The kangaroo behind it will get health, and then that kangaroo will attack multiple times. And then the other kangaroo behind it will get health because the kangaroo in front of it gained all that health, and, you know, the cycle moves on. This is a lot of interesting stuff. The monkey is usually your go-to buff character, but we're so close to getting a level 3 giraffe that I think I'm just gonna stick with that. We could do 2 buff characters, but I'm a little worried at how well that's gonna go. We can only lose once, which is a little concerning. And our giraffe just doesn't do. Our giraffe just doesn't do. That's a bit of the problem. A rhino might also be good. I think it's too late, though. Oh, look, the swan we were waiting for. It's... oh, gee, look at that, the swan. I don't really like any of these. I think our best bet is to do this, and then honestly, maybe just do this. It's gonna be close. I think he has enough stats where it's okay to do this. Oh, he's gonna get the buff from that, though. The dog needs the most buffs. I think that's just how it needs to be. So the dog gets the monkey buff, which is +2. Everything else gets +1 from the giraffe. And then we're just gonna hope we don't go against an overpowered team. This isn't a overpowered team, but it is a pretty good team. Never mind, the team sucks. All right, we're doing good. The end goal is to get 10 wins. We only have 4. So, you know, it's not really looking too great. And we can't really do anything with any of this. Give me a roll. The cow's quite good. We just need to sell something for it. I think we're gonna be selling you. I think we have to do this. So we're gonna sell the monkey, so we no longer get the +2. We're gonna buy a cow. A cow gives milk. Milk is a free +2/+2 to 1 target. I'm going to hyper-focus on the dog. We can sell the cow. I'm going to buy a pig. A pig, when you sell it, you get an extra gold. When you normally sell things, you only get 1. If you sell a pig, you get 2 gold. This is basically a nice way to get a buff for the dog without spending a lot of gold. All of these are quite bad for our current build. A turkey is usually really good, but not for the build we have. That doesn't work. No, that doesn't work the way I think it does. All right, so we have to re-roll even more. And yeah, all of these are kind of just awful. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to keep rolling. Keep rolling, rolling, rolling. Freeze you. Freeze you. Roll me one more time. Fair enough. We're going to buy a skunk. A skunk lowers the highest health minion by 33%. It's kind of just a nice little sniper build. We have the upgrade for the dog, which is really good. It's a little late for that, but it's nice to have. I think we're just going to end our turn. I think we're going to sell the skunk next turn and just use that as our designated, like, dog buff spot. So the skunk throws a little thing at their highest health minion, which is either the peacock or the hippo. Thank God it hit the peacock, because the peacock has a lot of attack that's a little scary. That being said, it didn't matter because I think we're about to lose. Yeah. All right, we lost, but I hope that explains the game a little bit. Basically, each animal does a bunch of different things, and when they upgrade, they do more different things. And it starts off with like, oh yeah, one just like throws a rock, that's easy. And then eventually, people make these teams where like, because each animal does something different, all the effects just stack on top of each other, and all of a sudden you're seeing animals getting like a bunch of burgers thrown at them and a bunch of rocks being thrown over there. It's you know, it gets confusing, but hopefully I helped explain it a little bit. Probably not, but if I did, I don't know, hit the like button and leave a comment that says, thanks, gamer. That's